right, Mr. Forsyth, I can almost tell you what he's gonna talk about, but I know he'll be organized.
Well, I thank you, commissioners, and Gene, chairman, on having all that confidence in me, more than I have in myself. But two items came up on the agenda. One of them, I'll speak first, has to do with the open meetings conduct policy. And I read it, and what bothers me is it moving away from a long tradition in this county, going back at least 20 years to my knowledge, talking to people, that they have always, except for one minor period, and that commissioner relented when an election came up, they didn't allow citizens' comments. For a while, they allowed citizens' comments before on the agenda, and then citizens' comment afterwards on what was done. And then they cut it out and just had afterwards, and they found out that there were citizens had some great ideas and the commissioners never thought of them. So that's when they moved it back to the beginning. So I feel that this may make grounds to reduce the amount of input that citizens of this county are able to have. And since I know you're supposedly the most transparent commission that we've had, I think this is going in opposite of that approach. And that was in number 2. And in number 5, I think basically it's very, I'm sure I want to phrase this right, nebulous. Some of the things that people be throwing out, banned, are going to be hard to prove one way or the other. They're not definitive. So I think you ought to reconsider, and as I said on the other plan for the CIC, that it's a little early and it's not quite ready for prime time. I think it needs a little more thought. And then the other item I have is I noticed we're now hiring 2 attorneys. And then again, that's another thing that's going back into the tradition of this county. We've always only had 1. And I have seen no change in what is happening in the county where we need 2 attorneys, unless Jim is in the process of backing out and this is going to be, the other man's going to take over. But I really hate to see the county pay for 2 attorneys and have 2 attorneys come and sit there at these meetings and the county just pick up a larger bill. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I would respond to you, Mr. Forsyth, but the rest of the story will be obvious in a few minutes.
May I make one?
Yes, sir.
It would be better if you got the rest of the story out first